Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Grant Broggi from the Strength Coach, and today I want to talk about stretching. Should you do it? Is it a waste of time? Will it help your lifts? If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Having been coaching barbells for a long time now, I can tell you most people when they walk into the gym think that they need to go through a stretching routine. Often people will walk in the front door of the gym, and while maybe they're waiting for their session to start, you'll see them over in the corner grabbing a ankle and pulling it up and stretching out their quad or reaching down to touch their toes because they have this thought in their mindset that I'm about to work out, therefore I must stretch. Take it a step further, and a lot of people subscribe to mobility, flexibility channels, and they have all these kind of drills and things that they think they need to do every time before they work out. I mean, seriously, people spend a lot of time in the gym stretching prior to beginning their workout. So what's the deal with stretching? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it a waste of time? Am I an idiot for doing it?
Why is it necessary to stay loose and flexible?
Maybe all of those things, but I'm going to cover exactly what I think about stretching and if you should do it or not. One of the reasons we like to coach the squat, the press, the bench press, the deadlift for basic strength training is because they all use a full range of motion. What I mean by that is they use your whole body. So most of the time when people are stretching, they're stretching so that they can get prepared to do some type of exercise. This is why we also teach warm-ups the way we do. What do we say? What's the best way to warm up a squat? By squatting. So we like to do these movements because they essentially stretch ourselves for us. Now, with that said, there are lots of people that walk into the gym and struggle to get into positions right away without stretching. Now, very rarely do we see someone that struggles to hit depth, although we did a video on a few people that had some dorsiflexion issues and we had to kind of get into their brain in order to understand how to stay in balance. But I would make the argument that that wasn't even a stretching or a flexibility issue. But at the same time, I mean, we have a video where we show Paul's Horn's shoulder stretched in order to get under the bar to get into the low bar position. I have seen countless of individuals, both young and older men, and maybe a few women over the years that can't get the bar low enough on their back because literally they've been so sedentary or so front facing or forward or sitting at a computer all the time that they can't get back there. Or think about the way that we teach the squat when we first get started. We have you take your stance, we have you point your toes out a little bit, we have you squat down, take your elbows, shove them inside your knees, and shove your knees out. What are you doing? You're shoving your femurs apart, stretching your adductors so that you can sit down between your thighs and get to depth. Grant, what is your point? My point is that if you learn how to actually do these movements correctly, you are going to naturally stretch during your warm-up. In the squat, you're going to start with the empty bar, start adding weight, and what are you doing? Not only are you warming up the body, getting blood flowing, getting the mind ready for what the top set's going to feel like, recruiting muscle neurons, but you're also stretching. So do you need to walk in and roll around on the floor and sprawl your legs everywhere and hook yourself up to rubber bands and bend away from a power rack and do all this crazy stuff? I mean, maybe if you like it, whatever, do what you want to do. My point is, I don't think you need to. I think you need to learn how to hit depth in your squat and an air squat by shoving your knees out and sitting back and leaning over and then warm up as such. And now your squat is warm and guess what? You're flexible enough to hit the bottom position. But Grant, you said you do the horn stretch in order to get under the bar. Isn't that a stretch? Yes, it is. But what I'm saying is I want you to think about stretching or getting into the movement or exactly that. You're doing something so that you can get into the movement. You don't need to do a whole nother shoulder routine. This is why we have you start with body weight or the empty bar and all of these movements so that while you're warming up, you are stretching. Now, is there a place for some stretching? Sure, absolutely. Sometimes in injuries. I have the back pain video that we did a while ago. And we have a stretch, the McKenzie method that we have people do. Seems to alleviate back pain and allows them to move around. Now, that's a good thing. So I'm not saying that you can never do it. I'm just saying a lot of people waste way too much time working on things when they could just be lifting or using the main exercise to not only get them stronger, but help them get more flexible and help them get more mobility and all of that stuff. And at the same time, there's a huge mental game that's going on. Every time you lift, whether you're brand new or you're an experienced lifter, you're scared, it's heavy, whatever. And sometimes if you have a routine, I don't know, seems to work for famous sports players, particularly baseball pitchers. They get all kinds of superstitions. If you want to stretch, go ahead and stretch. What I'm telling you is that I don't think it's a requirement in most instances if you're doing the lifts correctly. Hope this video helped. If you liked, please like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.